Get in.
Good.
Come down. How do you figure that out? Turn.
Come on. Here we go. You doing everything. They finally got you a camera that's on, huh?
I think this one will work. A great week, and certainly the kids enjoyed your design here at the golf course, and just a great week. And what a playoff!
It was a nice week, and Marion made a nice putt on the extra hole, obviously. And as we were coming down the stretch, I knew, I didn't tell Gary, but I knew that he needed to finish 4-4. And he played a bad second shot at 17, then played a beautiful third shot, and still had a good chance for his 4. And he's getting ready to go over his putt. I said, "Come on," I said, "let's make this putt and let's get this tournament over with." And he didn't know what I was really saying, but I knew what I was saying. And as it turned out, that's what happened. He made a nice 4 at 18, and we're off in a playoff. But it was a good week. I think a lot of fellas. I hope the fellas enjoyed the golf course. The golf course stood up well, and it was a nice condition. I don't see any reason anybody should have any complaints.
We're real proud, Jack, of our tour and what we've done, and to have you come here is quite a compliment for us, and to take part with the kids and spend time with them this week.
Well, I've enjoyed that. I mean, I've watched my kids ever since they've been, 3 feet tall, playing t-ball to little league baseball to golf to football, basketball, whatever it's been, and I've been there as a dad all those years, and I've caddied for the kids, but it's the first time I've actually put the bag on my shoulder. It's the first time we were required to, A lot of times you go to places and they say, okay, we take carts, and qualifiers and things like that, and I've done that, but to have the bag on the shoulder, be out here in the tournament was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
How'd you feel about our tour and the kind of show we put on with our kids?
You put a good show on. No question. You guys put on the same show that we'd find on the regular tour. Including the bananas and apples. But I thought the thing was good. It was set up well. The course was set up beautifully. Put some variety in. Clyde did a nice job with that, and I think it's. You wouldn't know whether you were playing the regular tour, the Nike tour, or the Jordan tour. They're all were set up exactly the same, and I think that's what you want. You want to set up the best way the golf is set up.
Thank you very much for making our week.
You had a nice week. Thank you.
Thank you. The first thing I'd like to do is to thank you on behalf of everyone on our tour for an absolute great week. What a thrill it's been for all of us to be here, for our staff, for our players, and everyone. Absolutely delighted to come here and spend the time in the sun with you at a beautiful golf course and a beautiful location. Our young men, we hope, put on a good show for you this week, and y'all have been just great, and we'd like to applaud you for that. Thank you very much. Here at Bear Lakes. This time, the gentleman, you see the name T.C. Jordan. Some people, when you come in, they say, well, I haven't heard of you all before, or just exactly what is the T.C. Jordan Tour, and usually by the end of the week we're accustomed to people saying what a great show you put on and what great young men. We're very proud of our players, and the guy that got it all started had the dream a few years ago, about 5 years ago. He has put a lot of resources, a lot of time and effort, and I'd like for Judy Jordan to come up here if she wouldn't mind. Judy, if you just come up for a second. Rick and Judy Jordan are people that have had an absolute great week, and at this time I'm going to, Judy, thank you very much for coming and helping Barbara Nicholas this week in their travels around. But this time I'd like to present to you the founder of our tour and our president, Rick Jordan.
Thank you, Lee. Well, needless to say, this has been a magic week. 6 weeks ago, we didn't even have this event planned. We had a to-be-announced site, so we were very excited when Boast and Bear Lakes said, sure, come on over and show us what you got. And it's been a marvelous tournament. Both young men out there, neither one have won a professional event before, and they were both right down there to the end. Marion's been second place in our events, I think, 8 times, so he played well, and he made a heck of a shot on that 10th green there. Gary, well, what can I say? He played a marvelous tournament, and that's what you all out here for, and next time you'll probably get him. But I just want to thank Rick Jensen and Chris up in the food and beverage and Kevin Murphy in the pro shop. Without support of the club, we can't do an event like this. So we're looking forward to coming back next week, and next year. That's where my mind is. I'd like to stay here, but thank you again. I'll turn it over to somebody here to give out the checks.
Okay. Thank you, Rick. Thank you very much. Kevin, I need you up here from Bear Lakes, a young man that's been just our good friend. When we started this a few weeks ago, and a guy that's just pitched in there with his staff and has meant so much to all of us, and what a personality he has, and I think it just radiates, and we appreciate Kevin Murphy. We appreciate your staff. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you very much, Lee. Thank you. On behalf of Bear Lakes Country Club, we'd like to thank Rick Jordan and his staff for bringing this golf tournament to Bear Lakes Country Club and giving our members and the community the opportunity to see this great golf. And we need to thank a few people. Greg Mays, our superintendent, and his staff did an outstanding job preparing the golf course. My golf staff is just outstanding. They gave me the credit, but I really didn't do anything. Mark Treese in the pro shop. I was away on vacation in Boston when this was all getting set up, and Mark did all the work to put this together. And Mark, thank you very much. You did a great job. It was the members of the club that did the scoring, did the followed the leaders around. We want to thank them a lot, and I know they look forward to everyone coming back next year, and we'll do it bigger and better. But thanks to all the volunteers. And really, after talking to a lot of the members here all week, caddying, playing, Mrs. Nicholas saw more shots than any of us, and I think they deserve a big round of applause, and thank you very much for being here. And last but not least, there was kind of a funny story. Frank Torville, one of our members here.
Thank you, Kevin. At this time now, we're going to call up Gary Nicholas and Ray Bittner, who is our Vice President for Finance. And he has a check for Gary Nicholas, but an outstanding performance. A young man playing in his own backyard, so to speak, but you know the pressure comes from playing in your own backyard, but an outstanding professional. You're going to hear a lot from Gary Nicholas, and Gary, what a pleasure it is for us to have you here. Thank you very much. Ray.
Gary, here's our second place check, $6,000. Congratulations on a great tournament, and like you say so.
Okay, I'd just like to thank Bear Lakes for having the tournament here, and thank Rick for inviting me to play, and lots of thanks to my father for caddying for me this week.
I think you had one of the best. Congratulations again.
How much are you paying your caddy this week? I know when you played with us in Jackson, he got a pretty good check down there, Gary. You're going to wait till you find out what the bill is for his feet. I know he had some trouble there with the blisters, but anyway, at this time, too, I'd like to call up Karen Marcus, who is not only someone you all know here. She was a high school mate of Judy Jordan. She's also a commissioner here, and she has so graciously volunteered to come up and help us with our check presentation. She hates to send money out of this county, but this is probably one of the few times you'll see her do it. But Karen Marcus, how about coming up and saying something? We're so glad to have you here this week, and you can bring Marion Dantzler up.
Thank you. I just want to say on behalf of Palm Beach County how delighted we are to have the Jordan Tour here, in addition to having my friend Judy get to come back and visit. And we do want to bring them back to Palm Beach County next year. It's an outstanding event for us, and we want to do it next year bigger and better. So you'll be back next year. We're going to make sure you guys come back. It's a great tour for us. And is this the check? We don't have big checks like this where we give money away. But congratulations to Marion Dantzler for winning the tournament. Congratulations.
Marion, I'd like for Bill St. John from Boast, who's our sponsor. Bill, would you come up here, and I know you have some words here. You have a check here also. Let's say a couple of words about the performance and also your involvement.
Thanks, Lee. I think it's been a great event. I want to thank Bear Lakes again for extending their hospitality and putting on such a great show here this week. I think this has been a real good event for South Florida, giving these kids a good time all week, and something all of us are going to remember for the next year to come until we get it back here in 1994. And Marion, you played a great tournament. You hit a great putt on the 10th hole today, so congratulations. Very welcome. Good round.
Thank you, Bill. Marion, if you'll step right up here a little bit closer now. Yeah, we'll get you up here close. For Marion, he has finished second so many times in our tour events in the last couple of years. I don't know if it's 5, 6, 7, 8, something like that. And Ray has that other trophy over here for him. But this young man is from Orangeburg, South Carolina, makes his home in Orlando right now during the off season. He is certainly worthy. He's a young man that I think you're going to hear a lot from in the game of golf. He has worked so hard, and he is your champion for 1993 at the first annual Boast Classic. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Marion Dantzler.
Well, I don't really know what to say. I finished second, I think, 6 times out here, and everybody kept saying, well, you know, you're going to do it, but I started having some doubts, and I just played really good today, and to have the opportunity to go head-to-head with Mr. Nicholas in my first professional victory is something I'll always remember. So I'll always remember this. Thank everybody for coming out. It's been a great week. I think the players have. I can speak for everyone saying this is great. It'd be great to be like this every week, and we hope to be back next year. Thank you.
Your champion. Again, on behalf of all of our staff and all of our players, we had some great young men participating this week, and you all have been absolutely fantastic. Thank you for inviting us into a beautiful place. All of you. Thank you, and have a nice rest of the holiday weekend. We appreciated being here. You've waited a while, but finally, this is where it was. I've been
doubt.
with you in places where we were one shot, you came up one shot short, and this was your time.
I guess I just, man, I went out and I played really well today, and then I knew I was going to be in a playoff, and I kept wondering, well, maybe another second, but I hit a really good putt on the last, on the playoff hole, and I was fortunate enough to make it, and it's a good feeling, I guess, to get the monkey off your back finally after having, I guess, 6 seconds out here,
Well, I know you're getting ready for Q school. This has got to provide for you, and you were there against Gary on that, you got that putt, I don't know how long it was, somebody
Right.
said 20, some said 25, must seem
Right.
like a mile to you.
It was a long way. It kept going and going, and it kept tracking in the hole and went in. I don't know how far it was, but they went in. I'm just happy to
And I know,
make it.
did Jack say much to you? Did you have a chance to converse at all?
He congratulated me on good playing before we teed off, and then after I made the putt, he congratulated me, and to have the opportunity to go against Gary with Jack there caddy, and it's something I'll always remember. I think it's maybe better playing with him than him caddying, because then he's watching you every shot you play. So I was very nervous. It was exciting.
Good, thank you.
Thanks.
Yesterday. Come out to Monterey too. So be looking forward to
quick little
seeing
thing
you.
for Ben.
Meet on number 5 at Spyglass.
Yep. Great tournament. It came down. It had an exciting finish, and all week long, you just kept it right there at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, I played well all week. I wasn't real happy with the way I played the last few holes today because I played pretty much mistake-free up until the 16th hole, and then I hit a bad drive, made bogey, and then didn't birdie the 17th hole, which probably cost me the tournament. But I'm happy with my game, and Marion played well in the playoff, and that's hopefully I'll do better here in November.
Sure, you'll be back for Q School. Gary, you've played a couple of events now with the Jordan Tour, so you're familiar with pretty much how it operates. Your feelings about the tour and what it gives you men like yourself?
It's a great opportunity for guys like myself who did not qualify for the PGA Tour or the Nike Tour, and it gives us a place to play and play for pretty good money as well, and play against the great competition. The tournaments are run terrific, so it's a good place for young guys.
Your dad caddying for you this week. How much advice was imparted? Was there much? Do you do much this week? Did you do much conversation with your dad about shots, or pretty much Gary selected his shots and went ahead and?
I think it was more of a factor of him not letting me. If I picked a club that he didn't think was the right club, then I wouldn't do it. But I picked my club, I picked my shot, and it was kind of a confidence factor because I knew that if it wasn't the right shot, he wouldn't be letting me hit it. And that's kind of, it allowed me to be more positive in my approach to my shots.
You're going to play in the Canadian Open
Yes.
next week. You played, and you've had some great success this year in the tour. I know in the PGA Tour, making a couple of cuts. That has all, part and parcel of the experience of Gary Nicklaus, doesn't it, of your growing experience in golf.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Canadian Open, and hopefully if I play as well there as I did this week, I'll do pretty well.
What's the difference, Gary, when you go from here to the PGA Tour or the Nike Tour? Is there much difference, or is it still you can only hit it so far, so straight, make so many putts? But
It's a different level of competition, but if I play well, I can play against those guys on any given day. It's just whether I can play well enough on a 4-day period to win the tournament, or however. So that's why the tournament's 4 days.
good going.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gary.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Rich?
Rolling. I am right now.
Just a great week for the tour, a great week for you personally, and as part of the tour and the owner of the tour and all that. I'm sure you're pleased with how just everything's gone.
Oh, it's just one of those magic weeks where, we couldn't have, if we had planned this thing a year ago, it couldn't have worked out better. We had 6 weeks lead time and just everything worked. The weather worked, Nicklaus's were in town, Gary played well, my boys played well, it came down to the last putt. I mean, what can you say? It was awesome. Members love us, club loves us. It's the first time we really had a chance to prove what a product we have, and you and I know how good it's been. It's just getting it out to the public that's been hard, and I think there's a lot of knowledgeable golf people who saw us down here this week, and we are excited. So,
I was going to say, I've been with you for 3 years almost, And this week you seem to have a little different spring in your step. I know there's been some dark times, and in terms of, we knew we had a good product, but I just feel like this week you thought, it's almost like I told you.
The spring in the step comes from Jack Nicklaus referring me to the clinic up there at PGA National and getting some work done on my back. But yeah, we got, you stay at something long enough and believe something long enough, you'll start getting some breaks. And we got all the breaks this week, so it's been a marvelous time in Palm Beach County. And we plan to be here for many years to come. Anyway, thank you all.